It is important to know your numbers. When you're in selling, you have numbers you can track. You can track the number of people who you talk to and have a conversation with. You can track the number of people who you talk to who are qualified prospects. And you can track the number of sales that you make. This is Jason Kanigan, President of Sales on Fire. Today we're going to talk about the importance of knowing your numbers. And we're going to look at golf real quick, the short game, the putting game of golf. Now, those of you who have been watching know that I've been picking up golf lately, and I've especially been concentrating on putting. There's a nice little free putting course at a local university I've been going to daily. And I've also been watching a lot of videos. In the videos, a couple of guys I was watching quoted a statistic which I found quite startling. Now, I've been putting and I miss a lot, and I get some to go in, and I was getting frustrated with myself. And the reason was I didn't have a benchmark to measure myself against. Then I heard what these two guys had to say. We're going to look at some of these statistics here because I want you to see that it's not just me saying a number, or it's not just me reporting hearsay. It's in many sources across the web that these are the factual numbers. And I think that's important for credibility's sake. And I wish more people would do more in-depth support of the numbers that they quote, rather than just pulling something out of the air. But the point here is, what these guys said that was so startling to me was this number. PGA golfers, people who do this for a living, not casual golfers, people who do this. This is their job, to play golf. They do this morning, noon, and night. They eat, sleep, drink, golf. How's their short game? Well, the fact of the matter is that between 5 and 10 feet putting, 5 to 10 foot putts, they only sink 55% of those putts. These are PGA players. Think about that. That means they're missing 45% of the time. 5 to 10 foot putts. When I heard this, I felt a hell of a lot better about my game, because it turned out I was doing a lot better than I thought. So let's look at some supporting things here. Here we are here. PGA Tour percent of putts made. Less than 5 feet, most of them get it in. But as we start going out here, 5 to 10 feet, 66%. 10 to 15 feet, 41%. So right in there is where we're talking about. So 2/3 of the time or less is what their success ratio is. Of people who do this for a living and are good at it. Good enough to go on tour. Good enough to get sponsored. Good enough to be on TV. Let's look at another thing here. Okay, this is another great statistic here. What's the distance here of these are 2010 figures now. When we are at 1 foot, they're basically getting it in 100% of the time, right? They should be getting that in. But as soon as they get out to 4 feet now, it's 86%. 5 feet, 75%. 7 feet, 10 inches, 50%. Half the time they're not getting it in at 7 feet, 10 inches, almost 8 feet. Okay, and at 10 feet, it's 38% is their one putt success ratio. PGA players. Okay, here's a nice little stat from 2010. This is a beautiful little graph here. The length of the putt over here. Okay, 3 to 25 feet in 2008 by the percentage made. So when they're real short, they get them in. But as soon as they get to 5%, here they are again, between 70 and 80%. And when you get to 10 feet here, wow, look at, we're down here below 40%. Okay, it is important to know your numbers. When you're in selling, you have numbers you can track. You can track the number of people who you talk to and have a conversation with. You can track the number of people who you talk to who are qualified prospects. And you can track the number of sales that you make. And when you track these, you will improve your game merely by watching these numbers. And then you can improve on them. But the key is, know the numbers, know the baseline. Again, these are expert level numbers here of the golf stats that I've been sharing. Expert level numbers. People who do this all the time for a living. How can you compare yourself to that as a newbie? Okay? It's good to know It's good to know so that you don't feel totally disappointed about your numbers. But again, these are almost Superman statistics here. Okay? You take it over to selling. You try and compare yourself to me or Grant Cardone or some other superstar in selling from you just starting. Of course, you're going to let yourself down. That's ridiculous. But get some statistics. Know your numbers. When we're looking at this kind of a statistic, it's very eye-opening, isn't it? Because we realize, well, wait a minute, A, maybe we're not doing as badly as we thought we were, and B, success is rare. Success is rare. Remember in baseball, right? If a guy gets up to hit the ball, and 1/3 of the time he hits the ball, well, that person is considered to be a superstar. He's failing 2/3 of the time. Okay? And selling, it's no different. You're going to fail. Deal with it. Doesn't mean that you are a failure as a human being. It means that you should know your numbers, improve on them as you can, realize, just like in this stats curve here, the longer the shot, the tougher it is. Okay? Do not give up. Be willing to begin badly. Learn your numbers, get out there and improve on them. This is Jason Kanigan from Sales on Fire. Thanks for watching.